Hi guys, I hope who watch this video will be in the good condition. Cause when you are in the good condition, I'm sure that you, me, and also my partner will enjoy the discussion as the presentation that we would like to give you today. So guys, the presentation that is going to be discussed and delivered by us that is about translation theory and techniques to Happy Song by Andika Wira, or usually known as Skinny Fabs. Before we begin into our discussion, let me introduce myself. My name is Ilmazili Mubarak with the student's number 302, and I have a partner here, namely Revalina Fitri Malinda with the student's number 200. So take it, enjoy, and focus on our discussion. So guys, for the first, before we jump into our discussion, let me read the content list as we would like to have a together discussion today. So for the first, we are going to discuss together about overview of the song, second, translation techniques. For the third, relevant sources discussing song translation techniques. For the next, theoretical background. And for the next, key theories and their contribution. And before the last, that is about applying the theory to Happy across different media. And for the last of all, conclusion. So let's come to our first topic, that is about an overview of Happy Song by Andika Wira. So guys, while Happy Song here may seem like cheerful title at first glance, upon closer inspection, the nuance of the lyrics reveal layers of internal dialogue, irony, or even underlying emotional conflict common to contemporary music. The language of the song often blends colloquialism, cultural differences, and musical rhythms. It presents both an opportunity and challenges for the translator. The goal is to preserve the song qualities such as rhyme, rhythm, and others, and emotional nuance embedded in the original Indonesian or mixed language lyrics while making them accessible to a foreign language audience. So guys, in the second topic, we are gonna learn and discuss together about translation techniques applied to Happy Song. So there are various translation techniques here. We have three translation techniques. What are they? What are them? So for the first, that is about modulation. So what is actually modulation? The modulation in Skinny Fabs, that is Happy Song, that is about allowing the translator to reveal emotional contradiction, such as in the song, "Cause if you think I'm such a happy person, no, you are wrong by saying my louder is louder than yours." In that song, in that lyrics, is emotionally contradictory with the title. Why? Because the title says happy, yet the content shows inner sadness through the changes in expression, thereby resonating emotionally with the target audience. For the second, that is about transposition. So, as in the lyrics of Skinny Fabs, that is happy, it employ particular grammatical structures of rhythms inherent to its cultural context. Translator may have to alter parts of speech, such changing noun phrase to verbal expression, to maintain the dynamism of the original text without sacrificing meaning. Like in the lyric, "All the smiles and all the joys, those are mine." This line is emotionally charged and rhythmically structured. It uses noun phrase that the smiles and the joys as key emotional signifiers, and the declarative ending like "those are mine" reinforces a sense of reclaiming something loose. Alright, for the next, that is about equivalence. So what is equivalence in this song? So it is like some idiomatic expression to Andika Wira style might require equivalent expression in the target language, such your fucking mud. This line is emotionally intense and it expresses frustration, defensiveness, and a sense of lashing out at people who judge without understanding. The word freaking here is a softened slang of a harsher swear words and giving it a sharp yet youthful and acceptable tone.
Many academic studies can help us understand how songs are translated, and a lot of them can be applied to the song Happy. So there are many academic studies that we can use for the analysis of our song choice. The first one, we choose Peter Low's pentatone principle. This study focuses on singability, meaning natural sound, rhythm, and rhyme. The lyrics like, "If you think I'm such a happy person, no, you are wrong," are easy to sing, convey deep emotion, and sound natural. The rhythm is strong with repeated lines, and subtle rhymes preserve the song's energy, keeping its message and vibe intact in translation. And the second one is Maher Zain's song lyric translation study. The study on Maher Zain's song lyrics shows how modulation and transposition preserve meaning and emotion in translation. For example, in Skinny Vibes line, "If you think I'm such a happy person, no, you are wrong." These techniques maintain the tone and emotional depth across language, adapting the lyrics while keeping their impact. And then the third one is subtitling strategy in popular music. Example like Taylor Swift All Too Well. Subtitling research shows that paraphrasing and condensation are crucial for fitting lyrics into the time-limited format like music videos. For example, in Happy, the line, "If you think I'm such a happy person, no, you are wrong," can be condensed to, "You think I'm happy? No, I'm not." This maintains the core emotion while ensuring the subtitles fit within time constraints. And the next is theoretical background, translation theory in practice. And here's the breakdown. The first one is Corpus Theory by Hans J. Vermeer. Says that translation should follow the purpose of the new version. So if the song is meant to entertain, make people feel something, or sell well in another culture, the translation should match that goal. For example, the lyrics about feeling alone and misunderstood can be changed a bit to fit the new audience, but still keep the main message clear. Don't assume someone is always okay just because they seem happy. And the second one is from Lawrence Venuti's Domestication versus Foreignization Theory. It's about choosing between making a translation feel familiar to the new audience, or domestication, or keeping parts of the original culture, or foreignization. For the song lyrics, the translator has to decide whether to keep Skinny Vibes' original style and emotional tone or change the word to sound more natural in another language. If too much is changed, the song could lose its meaning, but if nothing is changed, it might not make sense to the new audience. So the goal is to balance both. And then the Peter Low's pentatone principle says that when translating a song, you should make sure it's easy to sing, keeps the meaning, sound natural, fits the rhythm, and has some rhyme. For the song Happy, the translation should still show the same feelings, be smooth to sing, and match the music, so it feels just as strong and emotional in the new language. And then we have key theories and their contribution. Here we got Lawrence Venuti's theory of domestication versus foreignization, helps decide how much of the original culture should be kept in translation. For the song Happy, this means finding a balance between keeping Skinny Vibes' unique voice and making the lyrics clear and relatable for new audience. And then we have Anton Popovic's ideas on translationality and meta features. This research helps understand how a translated text is received. In the case of the song Happy, This means ensuring the translation is both faithful to the original and work as a standalone piece in the new language, preserving its impact and meaning while fitting the target culture. And then we have Hans J. Vermeer's Scopus theory. This theory helps guide the translation by focusing on the purpose of the song. For lyrics that express deep emotion like loneliness and being misunderstood, the translation should keep those feelings clear for the new audience. Instead of translating word for word, the goal is to make sure the message and emotional impact still match the song's purpose. And the last one is Peter Low's pentatone principle. This one gives a clear method for translating songs by focusing on singability, meaning natural sound, rhythm, and rhyme. For Skinny Fab's lyrics, this helps keep the emotional message, flow, and musical feel intact in the new language. It ensures the translation still sounds good when sung and stay true to the original.
Welcome back with me in the topic that is about applying the theory to happy across different media. So guys, after we have already known and discussed together with my partner about some theories inside of happy song, now we are gonna discuss together about applying the theory to happy song across different media. And the theories here is not further enough from what has been already explained and discussed with my partner just now. So we have three theories instead of happy to happy across different media. So what are those? Let's come and focus into the topic. So for the first, that is about Scopus theory by Hans J. Vermeer. So Hans J. Vermeer's Scopus theory emphasizes that translation should be guided by the purpose or scopus of the target, rather than a strict word-for-word correspondence. In the case of Skinny Fab song, that is happy, the primary goal is to convey raw emotional truth and personal vulnerability, particularly the contrast between outward appearance and internal pain. For example, in the line, "'Cause if you think I'm such a happy person, no, you are wrong," it will not be benefit from a literal translation alone. A scopus-driven translator will prioritize the emotional impact in the target language. Perhaps translating it as, "Jika lo pikir gue bahagia, lu salah benar, lu salah besar," to better reflect the speaker's frustration and irony in a way that resonates with Indonesian youth culture. This principle is commonly used in media such as film scripts or literature, where emotional and functional purposes often outweigh literal translation. Guys, for the second, that is about the theory of domestication versus foreignization by Lawrence Venuti. So Lawrence Venuti's concept of domestication and foreignization deal with how much of the source culture is preserved or adapted in translation. Domestication makes the translation more accessible by aligning it with the target culture's norms and expression, while foreignization retains culture uniqueness. In happy song, phrases like "suit your freaking mood" present a challenge. A foreignized version might sound unnatural or jarring in Indonesia, but a domesticated alternative such as "udahlah tutup mulut lo" captures the same emotional energy using language that feels organic to Indonesian listeners. And this strategy is often applied in film subtitles, marketing, and social media content, where localization increases relatability and audience engagement. For the next theories, that is about translation shift and meta features by Anton Popovic. So Anton Popovic introduced concepts such invariant meaning, textual shift, and meta communicative functions. While his theory is broader and more abstract, it is especially useful for examining how the tone and style of the original are preserved or modified in translation. Skinny Vibes in the song Happy features a stark contrast between outward cheer and inner despair. Lines like "My city's done now," or the line that shows "Now it's time for me try to moving on." It expresses a destination that is deeply colloquial and emotionally loaded. Translating Translating this with awareness of meta features such irony, informality, and emotional exhaustion might involve lexical and grammatical shift. For example, like semua udah selesai atau sekarang saatnya gue lanjut hidup. This is to preserve the tune. This theory is particularly relevant in literary translation and drama, where nuance and subtext are key to conveying the writer's voice.
And so we got the conclusion. The conclusion is the song Happy by Andika Wira or Skinny Vibes may eerily like her title, but its lyrics reveal deep emotional contradiction that challenges translators to go beyond literal meanings. By applying translation techniques such as modulation, transposition, and equivalence, we can preserve the song's emotional depth and cultural nuance. Through the theories like Scopus theory, pentatone principle, and domestication versus foreignization, we see how translation is not just about words, it's about intent, rhythm, culture, and emotional truth. In translating music like Happy, the goal is to maintain its soul, ensuring that audiences in different languages feel the same impact as the original listeners. And there are our references that we took from Google Scholar. So that was our presentation about translating song. And thank you for listening.
Living all alone, kinda forgot it's been that long.